Hello everyone, let's start again. I started Squares TV in July 2021 and I've been trying different ideas to help live streamers, professionals and online entrepreneurs ever since. It's been an intense time, but slowly I've started finding you, my people. Today we're going to have a bit of fun going back over the timeline before talking about what might be coming next. So that means maybe a little bit of one for me, but hopefully we'll have a nice time. Welcome to Squares TV App Lab number 84, where we talk about Video Pencil, Shoot and QCam Presenter. This is a lab on after hours and going out live on YouTube. I'm Michael Forrest and I make apps and other stuff. I'm going to move out the way of this thing. But yeah, let's start with some software, with some updates. Hey everyone. I'm sorry I'm a minute late. That's because Ecamm did the thing and I didn't look. It said, are you sure you want to go live? 10 seconds early, and then didn't go live. And then I'm talking to the camera for 3 minutes without realizing it's not live. Nice, even though Glenn said he was going to fix that. But I have not updated, so maybe it's my own fault. Anyway, listen, iOS 18 comes out on Monday. We've got a couple of pretty major issues with it. So the first one is that live titles isn't really working in the current version, and the magic wand and laser pointer have some funny behavior too. So what that meant is, so live titles, it just something weird was happening, it just wasn't picking it up, but they actually turn out to all be kind of related to the same little thing. So magic wand, laser pointer, if you tried to use them with the Apple Pencil, it wouldn't work. Or if you had draw with finger enabled, they wouldn't work because again, that's sort of treating it as though you're drawing with the Apple Pencil. I managed to figure out the mysterious secret incantation that made it work again. Something not really documented, lots of like turning things on and off again, comparing the APIs between different versions, looking at a thing that says, is drawing enabled? That's just, what's that? It's just appeared and it doesn't say anything about it. And I watched the video about it and didn't say anything about it. But anyway, that was the thing that was like, for some reason, blocking my gesture recognizers that helped me know A, where to put a live title, and B, where to put, the magic sparkles. As part of that change, though, I did sort of slightly improve that thing where it kind of starts out a bit like in a clump and then there's a gap. I kind of made something to make that a little bit smoother. But yeah, so live titles are, there's a build on test flight, but it has also been approved for the App Store, so we're sort of looking okay with that. But I'm just hoping anyone that's got TestFlight and iOS 18 installed, if you could just have a look and just make sure there's nothing else. And anyone that is on TestFlight, just kind of have a look at the latest build and check that I haven't broken something else without realizing. But yeah, so that's the iOS 18 updates. That comes out on Monday. So I was just that would have been a lovely start to my holiday, having to kind of firefight those. So with the updates, let's have our weekly dose of Cute Baby. Well, that was the Cute Baby. I'm not hearing the audio from videos, and I thought I'd fixed that. I'm on the beta though, so hopefully you're hearing audio in your videos. So listen, Squares TV, the story so far, what I thought I'd do is I sort of put together a little bit of a timeline, sort of going back over everything. So this is sort of a timeline of, I guess, starting back in July the 1st, 2021, I pivoted away from the other app I was working on. I said, okay, Shoot seems to be a lot more actually making a little bit of money, so that's the thing I should be focusing on. Let me just adjust my key because I'm seeing some crackling. Yeah, we'll have more chair and a bit less weird crackling of my clothes. No, I don't like that though. Let's see how much we can get away with. Yeah, that's all right. The thing's probably fallen down. Right, so Squares TV, I started it as a sort of community building thing, and I put a questionnaire in Shoot, and I started sort of like trying to talk to people that were using my stuff. I didn't really when Shoot first started like getting popular, I didn't really know what anyone was using it for. I didn't know about Ecamm Live. I didn't know about like online, Pat Flynn and all this like online entrepreneurship stuff. I didn't know about Office Hours Global, certainly. I didn't know about, there's a lot of things I didn't know about. And so I had my questionnaire, and I just started like interviewing different users of the app and reaching out to them. So I was on Twitch, so I thought, okay, Twitch streamers. So I did sort of an interview with Joffamo, which was fun.
Joffamo is a variety.
Joffamo is a variety streamer who creates paintings and drawings live on Twitch. In this interview, we'll find out how he got started, what's good and bad about Twitch as a platform, and what hardware and software he uses to go live. We'll also find out how he maintains such a nice atmosphere and how his channel grew so quickly, because he hasn't actually been going that long. And if you go to squares.tv/Joff, you can see all of the information we've talked about, just to provide a bit more context to the conversation. My name is Michael Forrest, and this is Squares TV.
My name's Joff. I go by Joff online. When it comes...
So that was like an interview with Joff. Sorry, I didn't know what was going to happen when I clicked that. But yeah, so I started just talking to people, interviewing, sort of doing content and like trying to figure out how to like get you to sort of like be interested enough to share your email address with me. So that was sort of like, I tried some different ideas over a few months. And just sort of like added sort of different shoot features. So I talked to and then sort of that sort of resulted in me building a few different things for things like Shoot. So I spoke to a school teacher that was using Shoot in the classroom. He was using that for woodworking on an Apple TV, and I thought, hey, I think it'd be quite good if you could draw on that, or if you could like pause it. And so I ended up building features like that based on conversations I was having with people. And meanwhile, I was like talking to more people, finding out what was going on, and then but I was doing quite a lot of programming stuff. And then actually one of the breakthroughs I made was in that January 2022, I banned myself from writing code. And I had some sort of stuff, I still had some stuff kicking about, like the delay calculator, which is something I'd made for myself. I just like put it up in a fairly shabby form, but made a video saying this is how you use it. And so it's just like, yeah, figuring out your mic delay in Ecamm. It can be a bit of trial and error. You're sort of never quite sure how many frames it's going to be. So I made a little tool to make that a lot more accurate, a lot more straightforward. So the first thing we have to do is make sure our mic delay there is not there. So we go off on there, we click on that, get rid of that. So that gives us a sort of clean slate. And then we're going to make sure we're in record only, and we're going to hit record. We're going to quickly clap, keep the hands together, quickly double click finish, and we'll get that little that file. So we can click show file, have a look at it. We're going to quickly clap, keep the hands together. So now if we go back to this blog post, have a look at the delay calculator, click on that. Now this is a members thing. So Squares TV is a platform where I'm putting together loads of tools like this. I'm interviewing people. I'm just really interested in that sort of live interactions, live video interactions that you can have either on Twitch or YouTube, or if you're teaching, or if you're, whatever you're doing. Just put in your email address, join Squares TV. I do ask you a little bit about yourself because I'm trying to figure out how to do best on this platform, but all you need to just make sure that you confirm your email address, which I have a backdoor to. So here we go. So that's confirmed, and you're automatically forwarded to this delay calculator. So now we just go to Finder, and you've got that video file that you had, and just drag that onto that button there. It's not going to upload it anywhere. It's just going to be right in the browser there. And we have this file where it shows you the waveform. So that's where you clapped. So you just click there, click the clap. And now just find out where your hands went together. So we can sort of guess, click on the frames, or we can just go backwards, forwards. Just find the first frame where your hands are together. There you go, 9 frames. That's all you need. So if we go back into Ecamm, if we go into preferences, go into the audio tab, and then we can just put 9 in there. And now if we record another one, hello, we should have something that's in sync. Hello. So there you go. That's my little tool. It's squares.tv. There's a blog post linked in the description. So that was my first time, just like you see how like no design was in that web page, but like it was just all about the video. Just drop it onto here. Here's how to use it. I didn't try and make the web page show you how to use it, but yeah, as a result of that no code calculator, I got I sort of this is how I met David Paskin, and he sort of got excited about it, and he was connected to the Office Hours community, and then sort of as a result of that sort of word of mouth beginning, it ended up getting in front of Alex Lindsay, and it was the Mac Break Weekly Pick of the Week back in 2020. What's this? February 2022. Should we look?
It's useful. My pick is an app for the iPhone called Shoot. And it came up in Office Hours, of course. I'm not sure exactly who recommended it first, but we started talking about it, and then the developer, of course, started responding to us and talking.
Do you know what showing Shoot to David Paskin was the first time I'd introduced the app to someone and seen their excitement, because before it was just a mystery to me, because to me it was just this throwaway thing that I'm like, I don't know why people are using this. It doesn't seem like anything to me. But yeah, here's Alex talking to us about it. And what it does, if I cut to it here, is it's another app like similar to Filmic Pro, that it will here's just a live feed.
Ooh, that's a good looking shot.
Yeah, it's a great looking shot, and it's a live feed from the camera.
That's from the iPhone camera.
iPhone.
Wow.
Yeah, but what's cool is if I tap it with both fingers, it freezes. So now I'm moving my camera, but you don't. So if I want to talk about something while I'm doing it, I tap it again, and you'll see it kind of go back to live. So now it's back to live. But even better, if I want to talk about something, I can tap it with two fingers, and now I can circle it. So it's got a little teleprompter, and then double tap and it disappears, and I can do something else, and I double tap and it disappears, and then I tap it with two fingers, and it's back to live. And I can even draw over it while it's live too. So if I want to draw on something that I'm looking at, and so for the kind of stuff that we're doing when we're talking about things, it's pretty awesome. And it's I can't remember how much it is. Very little.
Like $5. $5.
Yeah. Worth every penny. And a great little app.
$5 anymore.
And I would highly recommend it, especially if you ever want to do something where you're gonna. I'm sending this HDMI out of my out to my switch.
So that was Alex Lindsay's sort of recommendation, and that suddenly when I was on holiday, I was like, there's some money coming into the company. So that was really great. So I was like, okay, cool. And it was sort of like one of those much needed breaks, but it was before I was really paying attention to the numbers that much. So yeah, I'm sort of thinking, okay, what can I do? And I'm still talking to people. Someone came to me with this idea of, can we, I just want a beat sheet type thing where I can go through a set. And I kind of wanted that as well. So I built a beat sheet. If you're live streaming, recording video content, or doing a presentation over Zoom, beat sheet can make your life much easier and make your presentation much better at the teleprompter. So scene wrangling, smart script, I'm using my foot pedal, and I'm just kind of going recent documents here. Each of my app labs is in my history. You'll recognize this if you've seen QCam, the older versions. So beat sheet looks like this. This is kind of how it started. This is how QCam started. So instead of it started out like this is the stuff for my teleprompter, and then these drop downs are this is what eCam scene you're going to select. So that was the basic sort of origins of that. So I released Beat Sheet in March 2022, and then I was on the eCam live stream talking about Beat Sheet. I think I talked to So they sort of had me on for that because it's like an eCam integration, and I'm talking about Video Pencil camera, and it's a transparent window that just goes over whatever you're looking at. So I'm just looking at do you know what, I think this this was much later on. I think this is the wrong place. And then I had a few days in Birmingham. I figured out my spiel, refining my pitch, talking to lots of people, and then I was on Office Hours, and then that was a whole thing as well. So if you want to sort of see me talking about Shoot and answering questions on Office Hours, that video's there. Then I released Video Pencil, which was basically sort of, I feel like came out of some of those conversations with Office Hours people who were saying, I love the Telestrator on Shoot, but can I draw on not the phone camera? Can I draw on something else? And my initial thing was no, I can't do that. And then I thought, okay, well, let's figure that out. So I figured out the NDI stuff, how to use NDI to do that. And we sort of ended up with Video Pencil, which lets, sort of lets you draw on stuff. And I released Video Pencil Camera as well. So what I'm confused about there is the beat sheet is in the wrong order. I think maybe I updated the beat sheet intro. I released Video Pencil Camera because it initially worked with NDI. And then that sort of took extra configuration. It was a bit weird on Macs. So I made an app that would just handle the connection. That's called Video Pencil Camera. And then a bit later, like this is when it was sort of coming into the new year, and I was like, look, I've got all this stuff. I feel a bit scattered, but I need a regular thing that I do every week. And then someone said, oh, we've heard you might want to do a lab on After Hours. And I said, oh, that sounds like it would be a weekly thing. and I can sort of hook into the Office Hours community a little bit. And I didn't start it as a live stream, but it sort of eventually I sort of started live streaming it as well. But yeah, so I sort of did this the Office Hours appearance again, and like talked about what this was going to be. But I had to really figure out what this was, and then sort of after a couple of months of talking and trying to figure out, like answering questions, trying to figure out how this was all going to sort of become one coherent thing, I had a really interesting conversation, had a breakthrough. BeatSheet Studio. I thought, right, this is BeatSheet mixed with Video Pencil Camera. It's a Mac app, and then iPad, iPhone, they're accessories to this Mac app. And so that's kind of what I worked on. So then this was like, May the 11th until like September I was developing that with a last minute rename. I sort of tidied it enough for the first release, and it was sort of looked like BeatSheet, and had these sort of like thumbnails on the cards. And then I moved to a different country. So I moved around the corner from this picture. And that was in October. And then we had the baby in February. All this time, I'm just like working, trying to make QCam better, And then a lot of that sort of culminated in the release of QCam 2.0, where I massively overhauled the UI. But really, like all the time, I've been just fixing, improving. So and so this QCam development timeline is just not showing any signs of letting up. So something I thought I would share as well, like I thought like a way of illustrating some of this. Hello Cyprian, hello Jeff, hello Lorenzo, thank you for joining me. I've got all these like Ecamm recordings on my machine from just, it sort of automatically records, so I can sort of give you, if I just press spacebar on some of these, we can sort of see some of what I've been up to over all this time. So yeah, here's me kind of
the whole thing as an SVG.
This was like, I thought, oh, maybe I'll do some stuff with like Rig Explorers, and I'll make a thing so that you can kind of find out what gear the person I interviewed was using. So I did this whole system where I could like make these, make these interactive
and then
rigs.
Once I've
and so sort of hover over it,
SVGs like that.
And see, like, you can, so I've got this whole user interface to it, and then that lets me put in like Amazon links and things. And I thought, okay, well maybe this is useful to people. So I built this whole thing, interactive thing. You can click on it
in like that, and then I put in like a search reverb button there. Sorry, that's a bit. Let's just focus it. But if there is a link, then it will get my, if you look down the bottom left of the screen there, you can see it's got my link code. It's got my...
So you see, yeah, like I was doing some of that. What's here?
If you
Probably some... I was doing tutorials. I was doing my live stream. I was randomly recording myself and sort of this is my studio in London, trying to figure stuff out. This is my music rig in London. So this is just like going through the days, seeing what I was trying, different lighting, and then this is like me recording videos about QCam, Ecamm.
But I've got the ability.
So you see, this was like lots of shoot demos around this time. This is
triple tapping.
2021 October. So we're sort of like videos. I was doing these live streams, music streams. This was fun. I don't know if you're interested in this kind of thing. This is like where I've come from. So this is a live stream with like all my overlays and things, and anyone that's in chat gets a little avatar down here, and then I've got my sort of interactive visuals. This is sound reactive to the music. You can see my Twitch chat down here. Yeah, so I was doing loads of stuff with like, what can I do to sort of make it look cool, and that's kind of what I was spending a lot of time on there.
I think
still working with shoot. Let's see what else is in here. Lots of this was some church stuff. Me sort of putting together stuff for one of my interviews. Today, backstage, I tried to start doing like a daily stand-up, but it just wasn't. I don't even know how this is possible, to be honest. That's when I was a cartoon character. Click, chord, or me trying some different like lighting, some layouts. Oh, here's the podcast with Ivanka. This guy as seeing Ivanka in Croatia next week or in a couple of weeks. We've had a lot of practice. We've had a lot.
And I think we haven't mentioned alpha beta, but government projects, that digital marketplace putting out an alpha first, then a beta, may still be in beta for all I know.
So I was doing a weekly podcast for ages with Ivanka, 2 actually for some time, and you see, like, I've got all these, like, I'm sort of testing. I tried some Twitch stuff. This is a tool I've made that lets you like update your Twitch tags, because it's really annoying if you want to keep switching between 2 different kinds of streams. So I sort of made this little Twitch streamer tool. What else? Twitch stream profiles. So we're sort of coming up to like January 2022. So this is when I was not allowed to build stuff anymore. So I'm just like making little videos. I'm going to show you how to upload audio stems from your songs into your Synthstrom Deluge. This thing. So let's get started. This is another. So this is like, I didn't know what was going to be the apps, but this is actually like, people buy this app that I made. So this is like, you've seen the Deluge. This is a tool that I made, a Mac app, and it was sort of my first attempt at distributing a Mac app outside the App Store. So sort of trying it out on this, then I kind of like did another one, and then I did BeatSheet, and then that sort of led me into being able to do QCam sort of independently of the App Store. So what are you going to need? Let's just take it to this. So you're going to need a cup of coffee. You need a Synthstrom Deluge. Let's power that on. Oops. Good thing I've isolated the audio tracks. You're going to need... this is connected to my computer. This is my SD card reader. That's connected to the camera. You're going to need a tea cake as a reward for when you've done this. But actually, it's not going to be that hard. So, where do we start? Well, we start from the desktop. So this is a song that I have made that has... is organised so that I can get the stems out of it. And if you... So I won't make you watch the whole thing, but yeah, it basically shows you how to sort of export stuff and like bring it into... This is like the tool. You can change the colours, and then you... I can make more tools. I think if people are up for paying for this, then I can make more tools, and it's not sort of just... it's time well spent for me. And once you've done all that, you can just unwrap your tea cake and eat it. Bye. I love a one take live recording. And this is, I was interviewing this guy whose name I forget, but I didn't end up publishing it because
source programming environment, kind of like Max MSP in a way, except that
I can get him to tell me, because I wanted like the information. Check. And then we sort of like run through. I won't bore you. I won't bore you too much. There's these little kind of like. There's these little kind of. This is like BeatSheet when I made that. This is. So I've just got this video of the video history of all the last few years. This is what BeatSheet. A handy option. This is what BeatSheet looked like for a while. I tried to make it super sort of streamlined, but then I kind of came up with the please bore us, don't tempt me, Cyprian, don't tempt me. This is what BeatSheet used to look like, so you can sort of see it was a bit more, but then I kind of went for the cards user interface because I thought that would be which this was me trying to like figure out how to do advertising.
Especially now.
This is the podcast. So the thing with the podcast, like, so because I edited the podcast for like 2 years and it took a whole day every week, but like as part of that I'd kind of come up with a bit of a title sequence. It had music breaks, it had all these different things, and I wanted to take it to a live stream, but I didn't want to like lose all of that production value, so when I did make it live, I sort of wanted all this stuff to happen. So when we did go live, we'd have all this. So we'd have a title sequence and the music that I made for. I wrote this. All the music is mine, so it was quite good to have. But you see, this is all the episodes and titles that sort of in a big grid, and so I had to come up with like video stuff. Hello and welcome to Michael and Ivanka's Grand Podcast, a weekly podcast where we figure out what we need to be lined up in the world. My name's Michael Forrest and I am London bound.
And I'm Ivanka Magic and I'm not London bound.
Not anymore. Today we're going to talk about, today we're going to be two Gen Xers. We're both Gen Xers, right?
I don't know, apparently I'm an honorary Gen Z, somebody told me once.
Anyway, so we just record those in one, but we'd have all these, then I'd throw in like a little text, and we're going to go into the break. I just sort of like do the music breaks, with a little bit of music and a little bit of whatever bit of video that I'd taken that week. So I'd have like 3 little music breaks, but I had to sort of like drive the show to kind of like make sure to try and get into the break, at sort of like every sort of 20 minutes or 10 minutes or so. So we talk, and then it sort of has a nice kind of podcast ending, and like my little this I don't use enough anymore. You see this? So that was like that animation I made in Blender, and I sort of probably should do a tutorial on how that worked, because that took some doing, like making that little paper folded crane animation in Blender, but I did it. So if you ever want a Blender tutorial that shows how to make that, you can do this. Digital Skills Online interviews. So these are all Ecamm based interviews. So I learned a lot of stuff from these guys. They had some really good tips on how to do like live looking stuff, but with pre-recorded stuff. And then we see some more beat sheet stuff. We see some more Deluge stuff. Is this Yeah, so I did some Twitch. So this was actually like when I did the next Deluge project. I just did this 2.5 hour live stream, and so I just coded it all, basically figured it all out on stream, and I had a couple of chatters like with throwing ideas in, and I like to work like that. I always get so confused by these. It wasn't really a way to build a following, I don't think. So it was not. It's trying to find this balance of like what's a live streaming schedule that works for me versus what's a live streaming schedule that works for other people. And I feel like this format that I'm doing for you now, although I'm being a bit lazy with it today by just showing you stuff on my computer, but I feel like being a bit more planned. So the QCam approach lets me actually have something that's a bit punchier and more structured. Whereas these, I just like press go live and like just start, see what happens, which it can go well or it can be boring, and you sort of get people dipping in and out, and it's not really an event. So I was doing a lot of that, me trying some different like layouts, different days, different lighting, Deluge stuff, shoot demos. What else? Me trying a different background. What was this one? Had some little music gear in a weird position. Something outside the window. I could create another one. First, here's how to connect Stream Deck. So some of this is like turned into the demos. What? And then I did these I started doing these daily stand-up streams where I do like a live thing for. And this app that's doing these visuals is called Easy VJ. And it's an app I made so that I could have some more interesting visuals when I'm live streaming. So just like auto runs. Yeah, anyway, so I just do like a sort of daily stand-up. What have I been doing yesterday? What's happened? What's changed? So like this was coming up to like, we're in August 2022 now. So beat sheets working. I'm doing teleprompters on here. At some point I get a new camera, so this starts looking better and more in focus. This is like the demo where I showed like how to use Shoot with Beat Sheet, but now this is the same as if you used Shoot with QCam. Trying some different backgrounds with things like showing. What's this? Oh. Numbers. I was showing the numbers. Playing about with some weird stuff. This is more live stream demo stuff. So this. So, you know, like the world missed all of this. Oh, that was good. Yeah, so I was doing all that stuff, sort of doing my live streams, trying to find a way to play a bit of music. And then Video Pencil, you see, starts coming through here. We're in like, oh look, here's the project file for making the Video Pencil pens. So, yeah, that's the Blender. So the Video Pencil things I sort of like built up in you know, like this is how I build that stuff up. And then yeah, you can sort of I sort of showed how I made the pen controls. So this was a whole thing, getting this stuff working, and this is how that works. Live streams, music. Let's see, and then we sort of getting into the Video Pencil stuff. Then I'm talking to you know, different users. And then sort of like working on the website, doing all these demos. And then like you see stuff like Video Pencil camera, like this is what that looked like when I was starting out, like trying to get the colors, just basically the pixel formats to be correct. You know, you get all these glitches. So then Video Pencil camera starts working. I'm showing this stuff. What have we got? So we're coming into
now. Whenever you want to use Video Pencil,
May 2020. No, wait, like the end of 2022. So this is now like I've been working with the community. I've been doing some stuff for a while, and I'm looking for something to do regularly. And then this is where you see, like, this is me doing some videos, Video Pencil stuff. Okay. And this is about the time that the live stream started. I sort of had to make the Video Pencil launch stuff, like how to use it. So I'm just going up to Me My Live look, audio stuff.
Is Michael. We have this lower end. How does this feel?
Trying out Road Connect.
Yeah.
It's just me for days, isn't it? This is how I recorded. I think the audio must be separate. This is how I recorded. This is the layout I made in Ecamm so that I could use the same footage for vertical and horizontal video. And also just like, it's a 4K video that's all going to be cut to 1080, but it meant that I just had this like synchronized footage that I could just zoom in on different bits of to cut. So this is like a little trick if you want to try if you want a way to make videos with like lots of different angles, but you don't want a ton of different video files and you don't want to have to go into Final Cut and kind of like, you know, synchronize them all. Just in Ecamm, just record them all into one big video, and you can sort of do it like that. I don't know why there's no audio on this. There should be. Do that. Some more demos. You see. What's this? Okay. To get what? And then the App Labs, yeah. So the App Labs started talking about stuff, and then here, July, I'm in someone else's house. This is doing it remotely, and then I guess like the reason that I wanted to thing up today, that I kind of wanted to go through these initially, was just to show you how much time I spent. Testing this stuff,
and this card.
Oh look, this is how QCam looked like to start with. See, look,
Communication
so
hub,
I had a completely different
compact design, equipped with a 4K camera,
a completely different like user interface to start with. So the things were along the top. We had that, yeah. And then I just wanted to show you like how long I spent trying. So this is when I was just trying to get all the video perfect. So I've just got so much footage of me showing and then I started putting two together. So it's so much footage of this. So this is like the Ecamm version, and this is my version. Trying to figure out like why we're losing frames, and so like just hundreds of these stupid videos of me trying to figure out the timing in different environments, just going, what's going on? Why won't this sync? Like I made a little app that counted up numbers to try and see. I've got a spinning cube on it to just check if any frames are being dropped. So this is all the work like to try and get QCam's video to be smooth, and you see how it's like stuttering there. And not to mention, you know, all the time I spent like this is just the video, and then we get into the audio like glitches as well. So that's you're gonna hear. Yeah, look how many of those there are. Oh, no sound. What's going on here? So to the left or so to oh. How about this night? So with sometimes it's better to sing. So you get an even waveform. Do I have a delay? And it's easier to by more now. Remember that? Is this the future of my life? So, like, why is it going wrong? So, like, just loads and loads of me trying to just figure out that stuff. So this was this has been like part of the experience of working on QCam, and then like just like millions of these videos of me trying to figure all this stuff out, like all the glitches, all the problems, video, audio, and then all the streams that I've done. So this has been the last several months, and so Jeff, you see, oh look, this is from last week. We're coming up to, I think this is actually background clear. That's last week. So that sort of takes us to today, and sort of begs the question, like, okay, we've done all that. What's next? So I feel like QCam's looking pretty good. I feel like Video Pencil website's looking all right. And I've got I keep having ideas for new things to do. Let's just see this, and this is a good one. Thanks for it looks like I saved Dan from a message. Dan, if you have got the test flight build, which you might have, then it should be okay. So I should be able to fix that pretty soon, but although you're gonna maybe you can just hold off a sec, and because I might just release it if no one tells me about any problems with it over the next couple of days, then I'll just release the new version. You should be safe for iOS 18. So anyway, like I'm taking 3 weeks off to just because I feel like I've been, as you saw, in that really deep, horrible, do you know what? I want my background to go back to the right place. Let's just, this is the beta build. I just need to make this, I want my background to slide back into place. Let's make this. Why can't I make my background slide? Oh, there we go. Okay, I just wanted my background to be in the right place. I'm having 3 weeks off. We're going away. Oh, I can't. There's a thing now. Oh, it's because of the way it caches. What if I press stop and press stop? Okay, we're just going to have a bar. Let's just write what's next. So, what's next is the question. I've got so many ideas, but I've been so deep in this development and just fixing things and trying to get QCam stable and crying because some new thing, something's crackling, something's not connecting. You saw the stack the other week where I just showed you all the different subsystems that are all working together to make this thing work. It's been really difficult, but I feel like it's just good enough that it's safe to kind of take a break from it. And if anyone is having sudden problems, then it's probably something to do with their machine, and that if I just sort of let you figure it out, you probably figure it out without me. 3 weeks. So I just need to let my brain relax out of this kind of constant firefighting mode, and I feel like it's a good place. It's a good time to do it. So when I come back,
I've got a lot of things. Well, I've got a lot of ideas now that I want to do, but I think when I come back, I'm going to have a bit more of a global perspective on like what the right thing to do first is, or if any of those things are worth doing. But yeah, like the headlines, the things I'm thinking about are recording. I could never see the point of making. I always saw like Shoot and Video Pencil as these sort of like satellite apps to your computer, but I'm thinking more and more with the Telestration and the presentation features of Video Pencil, actually being able to like record drawings as videos just on the one device and then share it in WhatsApp or whatever. That's actually really, really useful idea. So that's something I should put in Video Pencil. With Shoot, there's the sort of Windows or browser-based remote control thing. So I think it could be really useful, even if people are monitoring Shoot on their computer, if they could like take a picture or start recording from the browser. And I don't think there's any other way to do that at the moment. So those are things that I'm probably looking at, and that's sort of like by way of like widening the funnel of people into the more advanced use case of like just the virtual camera thing, and then deeper into that is like the cue card thing, and the teleprompter stuff. Like I think we need to sort of ease people into that and make people realize they need it. So to start with I think just being able to record stuff on the phone or the iPad is going to be a good way to kind of push things forwards. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But really, like 3 weeks, I am going to be coming live, and I'll talk about this in a sec. But let's just do a quick. Have we got time for break the fourth wall time? Well, this should be a quick, short break the fourth wall. So we're going to do a break the fourth wall time, and I'm going to go into demo mode and just show you this week's. This week's document is quite a simple one. It's the usual thing. We've got the countdown up here. We've got the thing, the background loop. We've got the music that starts here. We've got the ident, where the music stops here. We've got the new music loop that comes in here, and then that gets stopped down here. I've got my little sort of here's me, here's my little video background. Updates. I'm liking these sort of full screen cards. These are from the beta, so this is like you can do layout. If you do layout center, it's going to be properly big now. iOS. There's my notes. Cute baby. Another HDR. Story so far. And then actually what I thought I'd show you is like how did I do this timeline? Well, I sort of searched for how to do a timeline, but it's how do I get to, let me just go over here and just look at my history and look at my Google Sheets. So there's a website called Timeline.js. Oh, you can't see that. Oh no, oh wait. Let's just go screen share and stop. Exit out demo mode, go to desktop, go to Arc. So this just, it gives you this Google Sheets template. Are you seeing, why is my teleprompter not showing me my thing? And so you can just like put in the dates in this format and put the stuff in, and that gets turned into a timeline like this. So that's how I did that. Just like I found a thing. It's called Timeline.js. Yeah, Timeline.js. So you can just go onto there and you can make your own if you want. And they've got all sort of different ones. So you've got some different formatting you can do. So yeah, I just thought, I bet there's something that can do this. So that's how I did that. And then Finder, I just shared Finder. But something, yeah, and I shared Finder so that you could hear the audio from the videos that I was like using Quick Look to show. So I've got like a weird thing where my teleprompter preview. Okay, there it is. Okay, let's come out of that. Okay, right, I brought it back. Okay, so I'm going to end that screenshot. By the way, something I added for myself is the camera toggle for the Stream Deck, which didn't exist until right now. And then yeah, we've got what's next there. Right. So yeah, like let's talk about. Yeah, so we'll end demo mode and talk about it next time. So next 3 weeks, I will still be going live every week, but I'm going to be in strictly office hours mode. So I'm going to be answering your questions if you give me any, right? I'm going to be turning up at the normal time, but I'm not going to have a presentation for you. But the presentation will be if I've sort of assembled the questions you've asked. But I'm not like going away and creating extra stuff. I'm probably going to not be able to help myself. But with a view to that, please send your questions. So on Discord, we've got live hashtag. The channel is livestream questions. Go to squares.tv/discord and just stick some questions in there that you'd like me to answer. So that can be shoot, video, pencil, beat sheet, QCam, or just like anything you want really. Like I don't mind. Like you can have fun if you want. I don't mind answering questions of any sort. Ask me anything. So that's where you do that, or just reply to the email if you got the email about the live stream. You can just like, if you reply to that, I'll get it and I'll put it in the buffer of questions. So I just want you to kind of like send me questions so that I can just like answer the questions and not have to do like hours and hours of preparation, which I usually do for these streams. So then the email will just be like, here's, you know, going live, office hours, come and join me. But we're not gonna like have a big production. But yeah, so to finish off today, thanks everyone for watching. I so appreciate your attention and time. It really means a lot to me. I'm going to show you. Let me just show you one more funny thing that I saw. I don't know if this is mean, but like, I just want to show you this thing I saw. Can I? Right. So if I go to this video, I noticed. Where is it? It's like 5 minutes in. Right. Look at how slow this transition is. Will you be able to hear him? I don't think you're going to be able to hear him, but. I'm just like, that's too slow, man. Like, look at that. Like, he goes, look how long he's waiting for that transition. Sorry, Apple. We can do better than that. So that just made me laugh today. I was watching at 1.5 speed as well, and I was still like, that seemed really slow. Okay, let's go over to the overhead cam. See if that works. Are we getting shoot? Is shoot being found? Let's see. Maybe I'll just sort of come out of it and come back and see if that appears now. This should work. Not now. Maybe I'll just share it. Shoot on Michael's phone. The usual thing. Add the evote. So I thought today, rather than just like randomly playing some music, I might just sort of show you how this thing works a little bit. We can have fun with just a little bit of a few moments playing with the deluge. So I just need to put my headphones on. So I just thought I'd like explain how this thing works. So this is, each of these rows here is I really want shoot to be a bit dimmer. So I'm going to focus. Do you know something that's missing from, I want to go back to shoot and just, there's a couple of things that I would do better with, like the EV, for example. So I just want to kind of pop that down a little bit. It's nice having remote camera controls, isn't it? Each of these is a track, which we can turn on and off here. So I can go, and that's that track. So that's got a green light if I go there. Right, so that's that track. So, and then we can go into the track by tapping on here. And now we can see the track. So if we just turn that on, go into it. So what's this? This is a synth track, and it's the bass line. So let's go. And so that's just like, so that's doing that. This one, if I'm just going to open up that. So this is a drum track. So this is, so it's going. So you see these ones, these two? So they're white because if you zoom in, there's like more than one note there. And that's the thing that really drew me to the Deluge when I first saw it. I can like zoom in and out and do like micro little beats. So if we solo that. So you can sort of have a bit more time scales involved in your stuff. So I like that about it. When you tap it and it's playing. So this is a so how's this sound is working by this is an arpeggiator, so you can see if we go to arpeggiator mode, it's going both up and down. And then it's like super fast, so it's like it's 64, so we could change that. So that's what's making that sort of, that's how Commodore 64s used to do like chords. This one is going to be, I seem to have just thrown a lot of drums at this, so this is just the drum track there. This is another drum track. And I think this is, it's just a synth. So you can add like stuff. You know, like you can do whatever there. And then yeah, like we can sort of put it all together and kind of go. And then I thought I'd just like add another drum track here, so we can just. We need to make sure it's playing. Oh, I've accidentally put it on CV. So. You've got to sort of like find the bottom. Yeah, so let's just go back into it. You can build things up. And something you can do as well is if you want like a crash, you can do that, but if you press it you can say, okay, I only ever want that every 1 of 4, so then we can go like so it'll sort of only do it every 4, and then just